there everyone, it's Kathy Champion and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Gastonia, North Carolina, and I want to welcome you into my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. And today what I wanted to do is kind of zero in on one of the Sale-a-Bration items. This beautiful Flower Field Designer Series paper is totally free. It's a 12 by 12 paper pack, free with a $50 order. So anytime between now and the end of February, you can, if you order $50 out of the catalog, it will give you a little drop down where it will tell you that you have a free item to choose, and then you can go into the Sale-a-Bration catalog. And this is also on my web page, on my blog. You can find a copy of this where you can download it, and you will be able to choose any of these papers. This is a free pack that's free with a $50 order. $50 order gets you the Darling Donkeys. A $50 order gets you the Approaching Perfection, which is, y'all see me use that on some of the past birthday cards that I've done. The corner bouquets, I have not done this one yet. That's free with a $50 purchase. This one right here is free with a $50 purchase. And this is Heal Your Heart. Beautiful sentiments, just absolutely gorgeous. But on page 10 and 11 is this designer series paper that we're going to be looking at today. And here is our pack. I also want to encourage you, if you do spend $50 or more, use this host code. This is my January host code, and if you use this host code, you will qualify for a free gift that I will mail out to you the first week of the following month. So that's available for you. Let's go ahead. I'm going to get this out of our way. That host code will also be posted on my blog as well as in the description below this video. This paper right here is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the dark background on some of this. And here's a piece here I've used out of this paper pack. I've used quite a bit because it is so pretty. But I want to show you all these beautiful designs. This is the green on the back of that one. Look at that beautiful cherry cobbler. I had a hard time getting that to come into my brain. These colors right here, Misty Moonlight, Shaded Spruce. Of course, white would be gorgeous with this piece. And you've got that Misty Moonlight as well as Pool Party. So pretty. This is the piece that I chose today, this piece right here. And look at these colors. Look at that yellow. Oh my goodness. So Saffron goes with this paper, as well as the Daffodil Delight. Bumblebee. Bumblebee is one of the colors. It is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paper. I love the flowers. I think most of us ladies do love the florals. And it is just, that's a generous pack. Look at that. So pretty. I have just enjoyed this paper pack immensely. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you what I had in mind. I went on Pinterest, and as all of us do, and I just kind of did some searches for some card sketches. Now, if you don't know what a card sketch is, it's basically a layout. And I saw this cute little layout. It was a little bit different than this one, but I kind of adapted it to mine. And I made this with another free pack of paper. That is this pack. And this one is called Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. So I used one of these sheets. These have larger flowers, and it's a much lighter. I think this is the one I used on here. And then the back side is that piece there. And I paired it with Night of Navy and Rococo Rose, and I thought it turned out really pretty. And you've got some hues of the Misty Moonlight, so I made my bow out of Misty Moonlight, and I thought that was real pretty too. But I wanted to jazz it up a little bit, so here's my thought process on jazzing it up. I have a piece of the Saffron, and I am going to cut using my Ornate Layers Dies. I'm going to cut 2 of these, and I'm going to show you what I plan on doing with those. I'm going to go ahead and cut these right quick, and then I will come back and show you my idea. I'm going to bring that over. These, because they are intricate dies, they do make a little bit of a mess, but you know what? I think it's so worth it because they're so pretty. Now I'm going to tap those out. A lot of times you can just tap it and get those out, and if you can't, then we can always bring our little brush and our little box up here. And this is probably, and I haven't put this on my Take Your Pick tool yet. I took it off earlier because I was doing a video that I needed to have it off for. And I haven't put it back on, but look how well that just cleans those out. So, and this just screws onto the end of your Take Your Pick tool. So I'm going to break these off into here, just like so. And I've got another piece of the Saffron, and I need 3 pieces of this. So I only need to cut half of one of these. So I'm just going to put this on. We'll do the full thing, and then we'll clip it off. And bring this over. Now I am going to go ahead and tap. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to lay that into my box, and I can clean that out a little bit later. Let's bring the box back up because we're going to use it on this piece. This will be a good demonstration to show you just how well that cleans. I am going to just take these over here and scrape them off. And these come off of your cut plate fairly easy. I mean, you might have to do your fingernail a little bit on there, but it's okay. And I want to get this cleaned off because I'm going to be putting another piece of paper on here. If not, I would just leave this and clean it after the video, but we're going to need to use this again. So let's put this back in. And I'm going to slide them off of this one too. And they got a little static electricity in them because it's that time of the year. It's cold. So you do get some static in your pieces, especially with these plastic cutting plates. So, alright, I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to run this brush over it, just like that. And you see how easy those pieces come out. This cuts so nice. I do have a couple of pieces still sitting in there, so we'll just get our Take Your Pick tool. And anytime you have those other pieces, just go in with your pick tool and just pop them out like that. And that looks good. Alright, so we've got that all taken care of. So like I said, I'm just going to sit this over here, and I can clean that all out after we finish here. Now what I need to do is I need the designer series paper, and I have a piece right here, and this is the other die, the die that goes inside that one, and all this does is cuts out a piece that is stitched. So I am going to cut this. And I only need one of these because I have another little piece that I was playing with earlier. So I'm going to cut that right there. And you want to lay that on your paper where you want it to cut. So if you have a certain grouping of flowers, just make sure you have the die over top of them. And we'll run that through. Now this piece will not be as messy because it doesn't have any of the little pieces in it. So we can pull this one off, and there we go. Alright, so now we're going to bring our paper trimmer up because I'm going to cut these pieces, and you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, but let me show you the rest of my pieces. This is like half of one of these. I'm going to cut that one in half, and then I'm going to cut down the other two in half. So let me show you my thought process on this. This piece is 4 inches, so we're going to cut it to 2. And now we have 3 of these pieces, like that. And this one I'm just going to eyeball. So another little dot in there. A lot of times I like to hold it up to the light to see if I've gotten all of the little pieces out, and that will usually let you see. So I'm going to put this one up and get it about what I think is halfway, and I think it's probably right about there. You know, we could do this and kind of get a bend for what the halfway point would be. Yep, and it's going to be right about on that little circle right there. So I'm just going to line that up into my track, just like that, and I'm going to cut it. And we have those. Now all my other pieces I did pre-cut, but these ones I wanted to show you how I put them together. Now this one does need to be cut off, so I'm just going to hold this one to this, and I'm going to take a pair of shears and I'm just going to cut like that. And that little piece is no good. Now we have 3 evenly cut pieces, and we are going to decorate those with these 3 pieces. Now if you look at these, you have stitched edging and you have a raw edge. You want your raw edge to go to your raw edge, just like that. And I think for these I'm not going to do dimensions. I'm just going to glue them straight down. So I'm going to take some liquid glue. Let me get my little craft mat so I don't make a mess on my surface. And we're going to put it down, and we're going to be putting the glue on these. So in that stitched edge, I'm going to put all the stitched edges to my right, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue, and I'm going to bring this over, and I am going to line this up just like that and glue it down. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to do the same thing to each one of these. Just like that. And we're going to lay it in there and press it down. And we just do each one of these pieces the same way, and you can see how well that frames it, because these 2 frames fit in each other. Let me show you what I'm talking about. These 2 frames were made to go together, so this worked out perfect, and I didn't have, in order to mat these, I didn't have to think about it. All I had to do was just die cut them in half, and go with it. So this made this process really super easy, and this is just going to be a dressed up version of the other card that I showed y'all. So I'm going to stick that back up there and put my top back on my glue, and now I'm going to show you my other pieces. I have a card base out of just Jade that is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. All of these measurements will be in the description below. The only hard piece that I had to cut, because I wanted that little tiny border around the edges, I cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, only because I wanted a tiny border. So let's go ahead and glue that down, and I'm going to put the glue on the side that I had written on. Doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up with another piece. And this is So Saffron, the same color that I did the little decorative pieces out of. It just pairs so good with that paper. So Saffron is a beautiful, beautiful pale shade of yellow, and it looks so good with the Just Jade. I love this. Now I am going to take my bone folder, and I'm just going to smooth this out, just to give that glue a chance to adhere. It doesn't look like it's adhering right there. Anytime you have any edges that are lifting, just, go in with a little bit more glue. should have left my silicone mat out so that I could not get glue on the work surface. Okay, there we go, we got that one down. So now I had cut also a mat out of this, and this piece is cut standard mat 4 by 5 1/4. And see how that gives you that little tiny border around, just enough that it's picking up that Just Jade, and it's also picking up that So Saffron. I love that. I think it's so pretty. And I think for this one, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. Designer Series paper is usually lighter weight than your cardstock. It is still a cardstock, but it's a lightweight cardstock. And I don't want the glue to show under it, so I'm going to use this instead. And I'm just going to go all the way around. Yep, and I used that one all up, so we're going to have to get another package of Stampin' Seal Plus. Now I want to make sure that this is going in the direction I want it. Yeah, this is my orientation, and I'm going to be very careful and make sure that I'm right there on that little 1/8 of an inch. And if I get this side down, then I should be fine with the rest of it. And just press it down. And then I have, out of Just Jade, I have a little piece, a 3 by 3 inch square. And I'm going to put this right about here, giving myself about a 1/2 inch from the top and a 1/2 inch from the side. Just right there. That's where these 3 pieces are going to come into play. We're going to put one coming down, one coming over, like this. And this one is going to come in between the two. So what you're going to need to do here is glue or use your tape runner, your Stampin' Seal. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. And I'm going to take my cartridge out and throw it away. This is how you know when it doesn't run anymore and you get the red. That's when you know that it's done. So let's grab a Stampin' Seal Plus. They come in a nice little Ziploc bag. And all you have to do is make sure you're getting it, the Stampin' Seal should be up, and it should fit right down in there just like that. And then you put your little piece over top of it and make sure that it snaps shut. And it's good to go, and it's actually ready to roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this one over, and right on this little corner, make sure I can get this going. Yeah, I'm going to put just a little bit right there, because all I'm wanting to do is tack this down just about like here, just enough to tack it. And then we're going to bring this one into the middle, and it's actually going to look like a fan. Isn't that pretty? I think that is so adorable. But I'm thinking I might want to pop this one up over top of those just for a little more of a dramatic effect. So in order to do that, I'm going to put my dimensions on this piece. So I am going to put, let's see, I want it to go about there. So I'm going to do one right here, and one right there. I'm going to wrangle off these pieces, and then all we have to do, and the best way to do this is to hold this in the middle and then bring these up and just tack it down to it, just like that. Isn't that pretty? Now what we want to do is we want that piece of green to showcase this. So we're going to bring it up about like that so that it gives it the showcase place that it needs. Now this one is going to get glued directly down, and these two are going to have dimensions on them. So let's grab our dimensions first, and I'm just going to put one here and one there, and maybe one here and one right there. And then this piece I'm going to put glue on. Now all we have to do is place it exactly where we want it. But let's go ahead and get this piece glued down. And this piece, I'm wanting it to go right about here. Making sure it's nice and square. Then I'm going to take this beautiful little fanned piece, and I am going to bring it right about there. You can eyeball it, put it wherever you want. Just like that. I'm going to slap my finger in there just enough to make sure I've got that piece adhered down. And I love the dimension on that. Isn't that pretty? Now I also have a oval circle. These are the other dies that I used. And I'm going to show you out of these oval circles the ones that I used. Let's pull them out first. Nope, not that one. It might be this one. Yep. On the second set, it's next to the largest, and I cut this out of the pool party. And then this one, nope, the second largest from that one. Yep. Second largest from the two larger groups of your oval dies. The second next to the largest and next to the largest, and those actually pair so well together, and it gives you just that tiny little hint of that pool party coming out from behind the Just Jade, and I think that's so pretty. And this is actually going to go right here with our sentiment, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment first. So let me slide that die back in. And let's put our glue up, or at least put the top on it. And I want to stamp. I've got my stamp sets that I wanted to use, and here's a card. And I am using, I can't begin to count all the times we've laughed together, and that's going to go on the front right here. And I'm going to do this in black. I'm going to use the Momento Tuxedo Black. I'm going to go ahead and do this up here. I want y'all to be able to see. Maybe I can zoom you in just a little bit. I'm just going to ink that up, and probably needed a piece of got a little piece of this. I'm going to stamp on this first. I just want to make sure I'm getting a good image before I put it on there. I think I'm going to use this on the inside. I changed my mind. It is a woman's prerogative to do that. That's what they say anyway. I want that on the inside. I think I'm going to do the happy birthday on the outside. And the reason I think I want that is I want to know when I go to pick this card up that it's a birthday card. So I am going to stamp happy birthday right in the center. Very good. And I am going to bring my little Stampin' Scrub over here so I can kind of clean these off as I go. Okay, so now I just want to glue this down, but I am going to use liquid glue on the back of this because I'm going to need that little bit of wiggle room, just in case I don't get that down straight. This will give me that opportunity to put that on and wiggle it just ever so slightly, like so. And that looks good. Now we are going to use dimension on here. What I want to do is I want to put this right here. So it's going to need glue at the top and dimensions at the bottom. So I'm going to turn that over, grab my dimensions, and I need dimensions right around the bottom. So I'm going to put one in the center, and then one right here, and one right there. And I'm going to do a trial run to make sure. It looks like I might need to do doubles, and that's okay. If you need to do doubles, just pull off. If you find that you need just a little bit more height, it's okay. You can always double these. What I try to do when I double is line them up the same way I put them on there the first time. Just makes them neater. And anytime you need a little bit more height, especially if you're gluing something over top of something that's already been popped up, now that's going to rest there beautifully. Isn't that pretty? So now all I need to do is put glue up here and then pop these off. Hopefully before my glue dries. There we go. And now we're ready to just put this right here. Look at that, how pretty it turned out. Isn't that gorgeous? I really love the colors. I love everything about it. The only thing I think it needs, and we'll do some gems or something up here. I would love to have a little bit, something right across there. And we'll come up with something. So, now we need to work on our inside. And for the inside, I think I'm going to do another piece of the Saffron. So let's cut this down and make that work. So we know we're going to need it to be 5 1/4. By 4. And if you wanted to, you could cut that out and use the larger one of these and put a frame over it. I'm not going to do that because I think we've already got enough going on the card. I think that sometimes you can do an overkill. So I am just going to put this flat down inside after I stamp my sentiment. And I'm going to do this. I can't begin to count all the times we've laughed together. And then this one is going to say, mostly because numbers are hard. And then I'm going to put a little, maybe another happy birthday. let's hope we can get this on here like we want it. I'm just going to give it a little time and let that ink transfer. I love that. So now let's do this, mostly because numbers are hard. I love that. That is so cute. And now we're going to do another happy birthday, maybe right there. And the reason I want to do happy birthday twice is because I can. Another thing that would be cute to put on here is the candles from the Approaching Perfection. Those would be really cute because you do have to count the candles. So let's put these up here. And I'm trying to think, what color do I want to do those in? I think I'm just going to do them in black. I think that will work. So let's clean off our stamps. See how beautiful they clean? No ink. Love my Stampin' Scrub. Okay, and I think I'm going to grab this smaller stamp block. And I think I'm going to do them here. And here. Love it. That is so cute. Alright, so now all we have to do is glue this in. And we have yet another birthday card for my birthday collection. I might do a playlist and just say birthday cards. That would be really nice if someone comes to my channel and they just want to look for birthday cards. That would be a nice place to put it. Oops. And let's press that down. Just like that, and that card is done, except for some gems, or maybe a bow. I wonder what kind of ribbon we've got. A little bow right there would be so stinking cute. So let me check my ribbon. And I do have this green I think would look really cute on there. Let's hold it over here to it and see. Oh yeah, that picks up that green. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I make a loop, then I make another loop, and make sure you get enough of ribbon off of the spool. You can always wind it back. I hold my bow like that, and then I just tie these two pieces together, just like this. And then once I get my bow looped like I want it, I pull it together, pull my loops down, and pull it again, and then I pull my loops down again, and each time I do that I'm tightening the knot. And I think that looks really cute, so we're going to go with that. Let's clip here and clip here. We have a cute little bit. Oh yeah, that is what we needed. I think the bows sometimes just set your cards off beautifully. And we still might do a couple of sequins down on the bottom. Why not? I'm going to grab my glue dots. I got my embellishments right here. Let's get a glue dot to put that bow on with. And I love these because they make putting bows on so easy. I'm just going to press that bow right there into the glue dot and it picks it right up. And then we're going to take that right here to our card and press it down. So easy, so cute. And now to see, all these, I don't know. I'm always so indecisive when it comes to putting on my sequins. I like those. I think these are beautiful. So yeah, we're going to go with those. And I'm going to use some of these that has the different tones in them. I think that will bring everything out on this card. So let's pull those out. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to pick up one of these here. And I want one right about there. And I'm going to grab another one, and I want to put it right down here. Kind of offset from each other, but still very pretty. Then I'm going to come up and grab a small one, and I think I want a small one right about there. And I think that's all we need. What do y'all think? Maybe a little... I think one of these blue ones right there and that green would be pretty. Or that yellow. Maybe right there. Yes, I love that. That dresses it up. It makes it sparkly. I love this. I think it turned out really cute. So let's pull everything out of our way. And we're going to zero in on our pretty little card. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. It came together very easily, very nice. I'm going to zoom you in. Oops, too much. Move my little gems out of the way. And there we go. Another cute, cute birthday card. And I have this one as well. A little different, but yet in the same principle. Using my little pieces. These little pieces were, I think, 1.5 by 2, and I think my my pattern paper, my designer series paper, was 1.25 by 1 3/4, and I did a circle with this one. And I think, you know, both of these cards, they're a little different, but yet the layout's quite the same. But I like them both. And this one I did not stamp anything inside of it. I thought it would be great for a personal note. This one I love the inside. I think it's super cute, and I love the fact that I could use that beautiful happy birthday, one of my favorites. So, if you are interested in buying any of the products that I used in this today, both of these paper packs are totally free. You cannot buy them. $50 purchase and you get it for free. So if you've had your eye on some Stampin' Up products, now is the perfect time to come on over to my site, browse, place your order. Be sure to use the host code. I love you all very much. God bless and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy. Until we craft again, I love you. Bye-bye.